Have you ever thought about starting a YouTube channel but just didn't? Maybe because of the scripting, the recording, or all that editing? Well, there's a tutorial making the rounds that claims there's now a one-click solution that does all of that heavy lifting for you. So today, we're going to break down exactly how it's supposed to work.
All right, let's jump right in. First, we'll talk about the big dream of easy content creation. Then, we'll look at the Google tool that supposedly makes it all happen. We're going to walk through the process step by step, see a real example, and then, and this is the important part, we'll get into the real-world costs and the catches. Finally, we'll ask what this all means for the future of content.
So first up, let's talk about the YouTube automation dream. This whole thing is really about getting past all those reasons or excuses that stop people from ever hitting record. The tutorial we're looking at kicks things off by hitting on some very common frustrations. You know, all the things that kill your motivation. It even calls them the lame excuses that get in the way.
And these are the big ones it points to. You've got subscriptions for script writing tools that can be super pricey, AI voiceover services that add up. Then there's the massive learning curve for video editing software, or just that feeling that you don't have the tech skills. The video basically says, forget all that. Those are problems of the past.
So what's the magical solution? Well, the tutorial points to a tool that comes straight from Google itself. It's called Notebook LM. And the promise here is, frankly, huge. I mean, imagine a single tool that completely eliminates the need for separate apps for scripting, voiceovers, and video editing. The dream they're selling is one click and you get a finished video. Simple as that. Now, the tool at the center of all this is Notebook LM. And the creator of the tutorial makes a really big deal about this, emphasizing that this isn't some sketchy third-party app. This is an official AI assistant from Google. Okay, so let's get into the process. How does this actually work? According to the tutorial, it's just 4 simple steps.
So here's the workflow. And right off the bat, you're going to notice a really key detail. Step 1 is to find someone else's YouTube video. Then you paste that link into Notebook LM, pick the language you want, choose the explainer format, and you just hit generate. Yeah, we'll circle back to that whole using someone else's content thing in a bit.
So here's what's supposed to happen after you click that button. The AI completely takes over. It chews on that source video, pulls out all the information, and then builds everything you need for a brand new video. The script, the voiceover, even the visuals.
And to really show off what this can do, the tutorial uses a pretty wild example. Taking a video in one language and completely recreating it in a different one.
In the demo, the creator grabs a video that was originally in Urdu. Now, Notebook LM doesn't just translate it. The claim is that it actually refreshes the content, creating a whole new video in English. So it's not a direct copy, it's more of a recreation that just happens to be built on somebody else's original idea. A huge selling point here is the quality. The creator really stresses that even if the video itself looks a little basic, the AI-generated voiceover is incredibly good. He literally calls it next-level professional. And get this. The tool doesn't just stop with the video. It spits out an entire content package from that one single link. We're talking mind maps, quizzes, data tables, the whole shebang, all of which you can download and use for other things. Okay, but what's the reality behind this incredible promise? It's time to get into the costs and the caveats. You know, the fine print. So, is it really as simple as just one click? Well, funny enough, the creator of the tutorial himself kind of admits, not always. He actually admits that the video edit the AI produces might be, well, pretty bad. His suggestion? Take the really high-quality audio and the graphics it generates and then go edit them yourself in a program like CapCut to make it look good. And that's a key point. This tool is less about effortless creation and way more about repurposing. And that brings us to the most critical detail of all, the cost. So the free plan is super limited. The creator figures you can only make maybe 1 or 2 videos a day. For unlimited access, you need something he calls the Google Ultra package. And just to be clear, that's his term, not an official Google product name. And that costs a whopping $400. Now, this is where things get a little weird. The creator then offers a workaround. He claims he can get you access to the same unlimited package through a personal contact for way, way less. Around 2,300 Indian rupees, which is only about 27 bucks. And that definitely raises some questions about what's actually being sold here.
But, you know, to his credit, despite the sales pitch, he does give some pretty solid advice. He strongly recommends that you play around with the free version first, really learn what it can and can't do, and master the tool before you even think about spending a single penny.
So, after all that, what's the big takeaway? And what does this hint at for the future of making stuff online?
Well, when you put the promise side by side with the reality, it's pretty clear this isn't the magic one-click button it's made out to be. What it really is a powerful but expensive tool for translating and repurposing content that already exists, and it still requires more work. And of course, it brings up some pretty big questions about copyright. And this quote from the source video really gets to the heart of what's being sold. The true power isn't about making one amazing video. It's about taking one piece of content and instantly spinning it out into different languages, so you can run 10, 15, maybe even 20 automated channels all at the same time.
So this leaves us with a final, really important question to think about. As tools like this get more common and more powerful, are they a real shortcut to creativity, or are they just creating a totally different kind of work? One that brings up new challenges around what's original and who owns what. It's definitely something to chew on.